Hello, I'm Alan Chen, principal at Holt Elementary School, and this is our shortened version of our school choice virtual tour. We did do an online presentation, but last year we got feedback from some folks that it was kind of long if you're actually like having like a conversation with people and multiple people sharing. So we're making a condensed short version that's a little easier to watch and not 40 minutes long. Although the 40-minute one is still available from last year online if you'd like to see that on our Holt website where you can get a lot more detailed information if you're interested. But I'll just kind of welcome, do some introductions, do a program overview, some kindergarten specific information, and then if you were here in person, we would have done questions and a guided tour. But we'll skip that since this is a video. But I'm Alan Chen, principal here at Holt. This is my 6th year here at Holt, and my 19th year as a principal in 4J. So besides being 6 years here, I was principal 8 years at Howard Elementary School, and before that, I was principal for 5 years at Eugene Gockwin and Corridor Elementary School. Then before that, I was assistant principal at Cal Young and also a second and third grade teacher back in my teaching days. So elementary's where it's at though for me. Kind of just to give you a program description, we really do want to look at the whole child. Reading, writing, and math are very important, but we also want to make sure we're sending good little humans out into the world. So we really do want to look at the whole child, and it's not just about test scores for us. Social emotional learning how to get along with others, and thinking about the larger community is important to us, which is partly honoring our namesake at our school, Bertha Holt. If you're not sure who she is, she founded Holt International Adoption Agency. And so we kind of try to instill in kids, the idea of giving back to your community and looking beyond the school walls. So for example, like our student council right now is doing a Super Bowl, which is a can drive, encouraging kids to donate canned goods. And the fun part is they're voting for their Super Bowl team, who they want to win the Super Bowl. They put the cans in that team's box. And so right now it's a very close tie between the two teams. So we'll see who ends up winning there. So we asked some kids what makes Holt the best. And here's what some of them had to say. We have raffles and assemblies. We make school fun. So yeah, we do zap drawings for kids where if they're caught being safe, respectful, or responsible, they might get a zap, which is a little slip of paper. They put their name on it, and we do raffles for that. We have great teachers. They make school fun and make sure you feel safe. We have events like the Holt Bolt where we get to be active and go outside. That's our big jogathon, which kids look forward to. That's kind of our biggest fundraiser of the year. We have a buddy bench outside that helps kids make new friends. Our lunch ladies are fun and make amazing lunches. We have a garden. Yep, we have a nice school garden out back. We have a really big library. We have classroom buddies, which is where we have younger kids paired with older kids, and those buddies see each other about once a month and do activities together. It's pretty fun. Some other school highlights. We have a full-time school counselor, and we also have an on-site therapist who comes and sees a handful of students on an ongoing basis, because school counselors don't really see kids like on an ongoing weekly basis, but the therapists do. We also have licensed and classified behavior specialists to help students who have behavior challenges and need extra support. We have Title I supports for students who need extra help with reading or math to give them a boost and hopefully get them caught up. And then for students who are advanced, we have the TAG program, which is talent for talented and gifted students. So to make sure that they are met at their rate and level of learning. So we want to make sure everyone is getting exactly what they need. And then also just a nice thing for families is we have on-site childcare here after school, YMCAs here. So if that's something folks are looking for, we have that. Also, we have the Best After School program, which is an invitation-only one by school staff here, but that's another opportunity as well. We also have some other neighborhood after school programs that pick up students here as well, which is very convenient for families. We have a beautiful well-stocked library. If you're here in person, that's what you would see. We have a full-time librarian. We also do free breakfasts and lunches for all students. That was something we have district-wide now, but Holt had that before anybody else. And if it ever got reduced due to budget cuts, Holt would probably be able to continue that because we're a CEP school. We have a lot lot of community and family volunteers. If that's something you're interested, able to do, we love having folks. Then another nice feather in our cap is we are a certified green school. I like to joke we were into composting before it was cool. We also have a nice school garden behind the building. Some other cool enrichment activities that we do around here. We have a student council. So fourth and fifth graders have representatives who meet, and they rotate their representatives, but they come up with different charges that they want to do. Like they are in charge of our spirit days and choosing those. We're doing wacky hair day tomorrow. There's some other fun stuff that they do, like just planning some school events. They help. They also help with like our Super Bowl. They came up with that idea. Other years they've led the charge to bring back chocolate milk for our school, which was kind of funny. And they actually did get it back for 2 days a week, so that was kind of cool. We also have after school enrichment programs, like we have chess that's going to be starting up here pretty soon. We have an after school strings program for students. We also have an after school electronic musics club as well too. Those are fee based, but if families are interested in some additional enrichment for your kids, we do have several of those, and those are all listed on our school website if you go there. We do the Oregon Battle of the Books, which is a Jeopardy style battle between teams. We have teams, and then which teams know the books best that are on the list for this year. So there's a lot of kids who get very into that, and we figure out which one is our champion team, and then that team gets to go to regionals and battle the top teams from the other schools in the region, which is kind of cool. And it gets kids excited about reading, which is kind of the whole point. We also do school spirit days. I mentioned we're doing wacky hair day tomorrow. We also have Book Nook, which is a book exchange program our parent group runs. It's really cool. Gets free books into kids' hands. We used to say you had to bring a quarter or bring a book to trade, but we have so many books now. This year we just decided we'll do just, if you want a book, come get a book. So that's been nice for kids. There's also a lot of fun family events. Our PTO runs most of these, like the trunk or treat we do at Halloween. That's really big and getting bigger every year. We have bingo night. We're working on a movie night right now. We also do a big school carnival every year. Sometimes we change stuff, what we're doing, but a few of them, like the carnival and the trunk or treat, the bingo nights, those happen every year. And there's always just lots of new fun things we're doing. But the best thing about Holt is the amazing teachers and staff. So if you ever know anyone who has kids here, or who's had kids go through here, you're probably going to hear good things about the folks who work here. It's a pretty cool staff. Not that I'm biased. Our school counselor, Megan, she has been here their third year here. Before that, she was a kindergarten teacher, and before that, she had many years working in early education and preschools. But she works with a lot of kids about on a range of things, from just friendships and relationships, self-esteem, confidence, helping kids with anxiety, and just helping kids navigate their thoughts and any kind of problems they might be having. She also works with families as well too, and that can be from academics help and support to just connecting folks with resources or any kind of challenges folks are having. She also is in charge of our 504 plans, if that's anything folks are interested in. And she's really just there to support families and support kids. And that's some different ways she does it with small groups and individuals and in collaboration with the family. So there's lots of ways she will work with you and your kids. And her contact information is on our school website there. Now, Holt's lucky because we have a fabulous PTO. They do a ton for us. You can always be a volunteer. You can volunteer as much or as little as you're able to. Maybe you just want to volunteer to help at a booth for an hour at the carnival. That's just fine. Maybe you want to be somebody who wants to be in charge of bingo night. That's awesome too. So volunteer as much or as little as you want, or just help donate and support the many events. That's awesome. We do a lot of fundraising throughout the year. We try to really only do one big fundraiser a year, which is our jogathon. And then the other ones are pretty low-key ones that are just participate if you want to, such as we did a no calendar sale. We do monthly Holt nights out where people can go to Papa's Pizza one night and that percentage goes to Holt, or go to Mod Pizza or Cafe Yum is one we're doing this month. So we do a lot of just low key participate if you want to type fundraisers, but the Jogathon's the one big one for us. We also do different just community events that I mentioned before, like bingo nights and movie nights. But if you are interested in volunteering, you always have to be background checked. So make sure you get that on file well before it's time to actually come in and volunteer. And you can actually do that at any point over the summer or even right now if you wanted to. So jump right in and do that. Now, if you are a kindergarten parent, and usually it's mostly kindergarten parents at these tours, we have 3 classrooms right now. And then we have a full-time kindergarten EA in each of those rooms. There's a lot of small group instruction in kindergarten to kind of meet kids wherever they're at, because there'll be kids who are coming in reading, and there's kids who are coming in who maybe never touched a book before. So we want to make sure we're meeting kids wherever they are at. And then they also spend a fair amount of time at kindergarten on community building, because that's an important part of learning to be part of a school community. Some kids have never been to preschool, and so just learning to be around other little humans is kind of an important skill to have, because even when you're a big human, you need to learn how to get along with other people and how to work with people who may not be the same as you or what you're used to being around. So community building and working with others is pretty important. And then we also just have parent volunteers. We love to have parent volunteers if you're able to do that. And then kindergarten, these are all the major subject areas we do. And of course, a lot of those are obvious with literacy and math and those, but we do spend a fair amount of time working on that kind of community building, social skills, just teaching kids how to be part of a community and not just about themselves, but how to work with others, because that's an important skill in life. For curriculum wise, we do use the adopted district curriculum at kindergarten. That's Wit and Wisdom for reading, Wit and Wisdom, Haggerty, and Foundations. In math, we use Bridges as the adopted curriculum. We kids get PE and music twice a week each, so 2 PEs, 2 music, and they get library once a week. And we also give kids every day, they get 2 recesses, and we also do a third calm body time with them, or a movement break outside. So they kind of get 3 recesses, which that's a little bonus if you come to Holt. And then for parents, though, how can you guys be involved? You can join the PTO and help out there as much as you can, or there's reading stations, math stations in class. We have special events or activities. You can always help on those. That's usually just 1-day events. You come on into the class and help with those, or field trips. And if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want to work with other children, you could just help teachers with prep. There's also library volunteers. You can help out in the library. We can also help. The smart reading program is at our building. We can always use help there. That's a lot of retired folks come in and they help read with kindergartners once a week. And that's just a fun way. And the kids get a book from that as well, too. And again, just make sure you have a background check on file before you volunteer. And a few building features I wanted to highlight were that we have classroom neighborhoods. So kids are grouped. There's classrooms aren't just a big long hallway. There's kind of like a big open space between 4 different wings we have. So kids can use that as like a big flex space in the middle for small groups or big group presentations. We have a nice big library space. The school garden behind the building's nice. 4th grade uses that a lot. Our after school program does as well too. We have 2 nice big courtyards behind the building. There's also a really nice use of natural light in the building, just because we have a lot of glass windows and some nice security features. We have security fencing around all the playground area when kids are playing. And also we keep every door locked around the building. And so the only way to get in is through the front office, and the front office, you have to be buzzed in, and you can't even gain access to the rest of the building unless you're actually buzzed in. And we always have volunteers sign into the Raptor system, which kind of does like a little quick background check on everybody as well too. So it's a nice secure building. And if you were here in person, this is where I would see if you had any questions, but since it's virtual, it's not. And this is where we would do a tour. But It's not. So I will just thank you all for listening to the video. If you want to see what we're doing here at Holt, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, or on our school website. And last, if you want to sign up for the school district kindergarten email newsletters, you can go to the school district website at the bottom there, and you can get on that list. So thank you for listening, everybody, and hope to see you here next year. Go Bolts!